Hi, it's Alexandra here, and I'm sure you're wondering what an ear candle is if you've never seen one before. I first discovered them, I think, back in 2004, and somebody in the health food shop, holistic shop, suggested that I try them because I was really awful cold and I was, bunged up and everything. So basically that's an ear candle, and what it is you've got this red line there, which is to tell you to stop burning. If you can see that there, that's it. And quite simply, it just works on the chimney effect. And I know this was, it's been used with Eastern medicine for many years, and also the Native Americans created the Hopi, which they've used for many years too, just to draw the wax and rubbish out of the ear. So quite simply, make yourself comfortable somewhere. You can go to a beauty salon, they'll charge you to do the treatment, but to be honest, you can do it quite safely at home yourself. And just make sure you've got some water, a jug of water ready, and a mirror so you can see what's happening. If you've got a guard with it, you can just pop it on to make sure the ash doesn't fall down. But to be honest, I've never found it to do any damage. Personally, I'd recommend you don't do this in the bedroom. Try and pick somewhere where there's less flammable stuff, perhaps on a sofa, if it's not made of fabric, or lying on the floor with a pillow under your head. And just quite simply, lie yourself down, you light the end, and it will be a small flame. You pop this in your eardrum, make sure you're over, lying down, and just nice and relaxed. And as it starts to burn down, you'll hear all these pops, bangs and whizzes, and that is, you might hear the odd, and that's it drawing the wax out of your ear. Keep an eye on it. You don't have to shove it in, by the way, just comfortably inside the ear canal. And keep an eye on it with your mirror. And when it gets down to the red line, just quickly, be careful when you go like that, because the flames obviously will go back up the other way. So do it quickly and just extinguish it in the water. And then you can unpick it and have a look, and quite miraculously, the contents of your ear are in this end piece that's left. I know the first time I did it, I just sat in shock for about an hour. I couldn't believe, and I'd never done it before, so you can imagine it'd been very effective. Let's just say that. And of course, it does clear the sinuses as well. Anyway, do both ears, obviously one at a time, and they do recommend that you lie still for about 20 minutes just to let the inner ear rebalance and let your energies rebalance, because this is also an energy rebalancing treatment. It comes in different flavours, if you like. No, don't eat it, but we've got about 4 different ones. Tea tree, obviously, if you've got a bit of an infection, it can be really, really good for that. And I'm sure that once you've tried them, you'll be an avid user. I know I certainly have. My son used to get a lot of ear infections, a lot of wax in his ear, and of course the drops were an absolute pain to do every night with the cotton wool in and all of that. But he was quite happy to just lie still for 20 minutes and let me do this. In fact, it was novelty, and that just kept his ears clear. So it was a much easier way of doing it. And at the end of the day, who can be bothered with syringing and all of that malarkey? Also, just be advised, if you've got an ear that is quite bunged up, it can take a few goes. If you open it up and there's just powder in there, you still kind of got a blockage, it can take a few goes to loosen it. I have known it take 4 to 5 goes just to clear really old, hard wax out, but do persevere. Generally, you're meant to do both ears, but obviously if you've got a problem with just one and you've already done both ears, then you can retreat the other one. But I would say leave it a few days, because it can get a bit sore, I think, just from the chimney effect. that happens. So there we are, that's ear candles. I love that we're supplying them for £5 for a pair, and of course if you buy 5 pairs they're only 18, because I personally hated having to pay over £8 for a pair in a well-known health food shop, shall we say. I know they were for the Hopies. These are not Hopi, but they're still ear candles. They still do the same thing. So this is a much cheaper way of doing exactly the same thing. So I'm really pleased to be able to bring these to you, and I know that once one person tries them, they recommend on to their friends, and even whole families end up using them on a regular basis. So anyway, I hope that's useful to you. If you've got any questions, so you can always email me at info@thespiritshop.co.uk. Okay.